to round 5 and Archie Thompson gave Melbourne its first win. Perth bounced back in New Zealand, Adelaide drew with Central Coast, and Sydney was hoping to avoid a third straight loss away to an attack-minded Queensland Roar.
Welcome to the magnificent Suncorp Stadium for this round 5 Hyundai A-League fixture. The Queensland Roar at home to Sydney FC in what has been billed as a state of origin battle. Queensland Roar make a few changes to their side. Warren Moon gets a starting position in midfield. Josh McLaughlin pushes into midfield, and Spase Deleski joins a 3 men up front, including Royce Brownlee, who takes over from Alex Brosk, who goes back to the bench with an injury, and Jonty Richter demoted to the bench. Sydney FC make changes as well. Skipper Mark Rudin is out with injury. Jacob Timpano comes in. Steve Corica in midfield, back from suspension. Dwight York takes the captain's armband, and Sasho Petrosky joins him up front, relegating David Zrilic to the bench. The referee for this battle is Matthew Breeze. And away we go to a terrific roar here around Suncorp. Big crowd in. Queensland in the traditional orange, Sydney in the away strip of white. And as we mentioned earlier, Sydney 2 straight losses coming into this match. 1 point behind Sydney on the ladder. Behind Queensland, I should say, on the ladder. And an early shot comes in. Terry McFlynn bursting through from midfield, and an early test for Tom Willis.
Good strike from McFlynn. Bounces down, York shielding the ball, leaves it for him.
Here's the youngster, Timpano, deputising for Mark Rudin. Checkerley inside for Corica, who can go on a little gallop, but working back was Murdoch, and might still fall for York. Now here's Corica, and he chips over Tom Willis. And that is one way to silence Suncorp.
Well, Queensland had the chance to clear it. They didn't, and what a way to come back from his suspension. So you see Corica here gets a bit of luck off Carl Dodd. The ball could have been cleared, it broke kindly, and he just dinks that one over the advancing Willis. A coolly taken strike from Steve Corica. A great start for Sydney.
Yes, for once, Hooksu Siao getting it all wrong. Warren Moon goes deep. McLaughlin was there, and it's in the net, and it may be an own goal. Timpano, I think, is stuck out a boot, and Suncorp explodes.
Plus the ball comes in, delivery to the back post. West with the head back, and it's come off unfortunate Jacob Timpano. Sydney not dealing with the danger. It's a regulation clearance. It's a decent delivery. The back header. And Timpano gets it all wrong and gives the Queensland Roar an equaliser.
In the meantime, Dwight York has received a yellow card here from Matthew Breeze. David Carney, who was left all alone. No flag, the cross is not great.
He was breaking his neck to get there, David Carney.
6 corners for Sydney, 4 to the Roar, in from Talay. Willis is up. The blast, what a strike! Stevie Corica, number 2 for him, and 2 for Sydney.
Well, against the run of play, Sydney, and what a night it's turning out for Steve Corica as the away fans celebrate. Suncorp stunned. Another set piece. Tele with the ball in. Willis with the punch. First time volley from Steve Corica.
67th minute. Sydney go back in front.
Dwight York, much of the time.
Well, what's happened here? It's gone to Petrosky. who missed his shot or couldn't get it away. Now McFlynn might line it up. He tries to dink it over Willis, and he does it. And it has gone out the window for Queensland Roar. Sydney FC fans celebrate. And an absolute disaster for the home team.
Well, Petrosky had the best chance. He had an open goal, but he dwelt on it. Took too long. Willis was advanced. And McFlynn with a great finish. Chips in with the left foot. Cuts inside, gets his head up. He knows where Willis is. Dinks this one over. Back of the net, 3-1 to Sydney. But what a mistake from Queensland Roar.
But when a lot of players were losing their heads, Terry McFlynn kept his. Away by Timpano. Well, not really away. Richter just put a little shove in there on Ian Fife. He can protest all he likes, Jonty, but that will no doubt be all she wrote for the Suncorp fans. And there is the final whistle. It's a relieved Sydney FC who are back on the winning track. Mirren Bleiberg will wonder where it went wrong in that second half. They storm back to 1-1, but in the end it has finished Queensland Roar 1, Sydney FC 3.
So, with a quarter of the regular season complete, Adelaide had a 3-point break on the Central Coast, followed by Sydney, Newcastle and Perth, all a further point back.